What it do, what it do? It's your boy Bougie Brother Sean on With That Being Said show, where you get points for your hot takes. Make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. Today, we got our special guest. Today, we got Dane, we got Chris Dog, and we got Premier. And we finna go ahead and knock this out, man. Who's gonna be the one that's gonna win this one? Let's get straight into it. Question number 1. Jay-Z and Yo Gotti joins forces together to sue a Mississippi prison officials. What they're claiming is a bunch of neglect and understaffing in this prison. My question to you, Dane, is with Yo Gotti getting into the social justice now, are we gonna see a little more rappers other than Meek Mills and Yo Gotti and Jay-Z start to get into more social justice and legal firms and legal matters?
I feel like this question's a little too late. We've already had a lot of people getting involved. Remy, she started a foundation that help women that have been incarcerated get their trials pushed up and get their trials heard. Nipsey was doing something along the same lines. There's a couple rappers in Houston that are doing something like similar. So, and T.I., if I'm not mistaken, he said something about on his podcast about starting something that's doing the same thing, like teaching people in jail their rights and everything like that. So a lot of people are already currently involved in this. Jay-Z, Yo Gotti's just late to the party. I'm glad he's being involved. The more people that get involved, the better. This military-industrial complex is a whole nother beast. We got to find some way to combat it. I feel like if we do something like vote for Bernie Sanders, he'll eradicate that, because he's been talking about it on the campaign trail. But I am glad to see a lot of the hip-hop artists getting involved, and I'm pretty sure a lot more will continue to get involved.
Okay. Chris Dog, what is it looking like for the next, who's going to be the next artist that you think is going to start going into this social justice wave, or is this even a trend?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure exactly who'll be the next artist, but it'll be somebody who has a platform and who maybe has experienced some type of injustice, or has people, or has been part of a community, which is most rappers, that have injustice, and once you have a platform and a voice to speak on it, I feel like it's just the right thing to do, especially once it's trendy. And not one artist, not a couple artists, I feel like it's just gonna be a trendy thing, and it's a good trendy thing. Most trendy things aren't necessarily good. This would be one that should stick and be solid, and hopefully it invoke change. Okay.
All right. Premier, is this a trendy thing, or is Yo Gotti just late to the show?
It's a trendy thing. If it is a trendy thing, it shouldn't be. I don't believe like Yo Gotti is late to the show. I feel like he's right on time for his purpose and where he's supposed to be and where he fits into it all. Did a couple people start it beforehand? Yes, by all means. There's always somebody that starts things. But Yo Gotti being of the age that he is and trying to get involved now, especially, on the heels of a Meek Mill, even though Remy and all the people mentioned before have T.I., Killer Mike. I don't think Killer Mike got mentioned. But I feel like, Yo Gotti's right on time with it. Being somebody who is right by Mississippi and he feels for him, he's right on time. He's a great spokesperson for it. I love the fact that Jay-Z's not really in the forefront of it. I love the fact that he's just supporting Yo Gotti in this situation. And there's a little saying going on in this generation that if it's not on the gram or it's not on social media, it's not real. So it's kind of like Yo Gotti is becoming the little face of this right now. With the support of Meek and with this, there is going to be more, and it's going to continue to go. And as long as there's publicity behind it, it's a good thing, because this generation will help support more and more of it.
Yes, I totally agree. It is a wave. Premier, you're absolutely right. With Yo Gotti being, from Memphis and, being so close to Mississippi, I believe that face and in that region is a good look. And then, like you said, I think it's perfect timing also because anything sooner would have kind of looked ungenuine from Yo Gotti, I would say. So, this is definitely perfect timing for him. And again, to all rappers that's going down this direction, man, kudos, because it's not an easy lane to go down. You're going to be spending a lot of money, and you're not getting nothing back but your homies free and a couple of partners out of prison. So, kudos to all the rappers. And even if it is a trend, man, it's a good trend to follow. All right, so next question. We're going into Dreamville. Dreamville just dropped like 11 cuts on their quote-unquote director's cut of Revenge of the Dreamers 3. 11 brand new cuts. And it actually came with a whole new vibe. If you check them out, you would probably hear what the new vibe is. I guess my question is to you, Premier. With the new 11 tracks, is this gonna help or hurt their, I would say, nomination in getting Rap Album of the Year?
For this year, I don't really see how they can do much more to help Rap of the Year for this year. So I don't think it's I'm kind of indifferent. I don't think it's going to help or hurt. Putting out new music now just shows that, you know, you can still do it and you're still relevant. Of course, Dreamville, everything they do is kind of based upon quality, which is a great thing. So I don't really think that it's going to propel them to Rap Album of the Year with so many other things that came out previously. But I don't think it's going to hurt them either.
Okay. Chris Dog, with Revenge of the Dreamers 3 already being nominated for Rap Album of the Year and them adding these 11 tracks, do you think that'll boost them to actually get the win, or did this help any?
I don't think it's going to help or hurt. I just think that it was to show that they have music and they're here to stay, and you know, they're going to be here for this year and years going forward. I think that's what J. Cole's big picture was when he put them out there, and the guys are taking it and running with it. So I'm happy for him. Like I said, I don't think it's going to help with the Album of the Year, but I do feel like it solidifies them as solid artists.
Okay. All right. And what about you, Dame? How are you feeling about these 11 tracks on the director's cut, man?
It's not going to have any effect on them getting a Grammy nomination. First of all, I want to say fuck the Grammys. We shouldn't give them no validation anyway. So, but with that being said, there was a whole bunch of songs that people were like, what happened to that song I heard on the documentary? And there's still songs from that they still didn't even release themselves that's still in the stash. So I think this was the plan all along. Once they saw the quality of the songs that were coming out of these sessions, they knew they had more than 20 good songs. They sat on them. I don't think J. Cole cares about Grammy nominations or anything like that. And for IB, this was the plan all along once they saw the bulk of quality that they had from this project.
Okay. Well, I don't personally think it hurt or helped it. I honestly don't think they should have even put these on the project itself. These tracks could have literally been a whole different project. I'm definitely going to give this point to Chris Dog. I mean, for me personally, I thought they were good. You know, and the volume of work that they actually had, and for them to actually put more than 5 as a bonus on the project that was already nominated. Personally, I just felt like it defeated the purpose of having a nomination. To your point, it's not going to give it a boost. The project, the songs really didn't do nothing to the whole project itself, you know, but, you know, just having that volume of work and having that quantity of tracks that came out of that session, hey, you might as well throw it on there, you know, and get some extra likes, get some extra units, get some extra sales. All right, and then question number 3 we're gonna get into. Charlamagne was asked on Where's Wallow's interview which 2 people that he would throw out of hip hop right now, today. He didn't have a second person, but he did emphasize that the first person was Post Malone, and Post Malone was a fake Future to him. My question is to you, Dane. If we weren't throwing Post Malone out of hip hop, who would we throw out? And if there's an extra one, let me have it.
Bro, I'll be here all fucking day if I'm going to tell you all the people that need to be kicked out of hip-hop. But first of all, I don't even refer to that guy by name, so he would have definitely been the first person that came to mind. I'm about to lose this point. Future would have been one of those people, Lil Uzi Vert, all of these youngins that don't respect the genre, don't respect the culture, and Future is one of those people that don't respect none of this shit, who don't respect putting in the hard work of making quality music. Quality. Because, you know, Future's a number person. He don't care about the quality. Quality music. All of those people would go. And Post Malone is one of them. He's a culture vulture. There's a whole bunch of things. I say this name. You got me messing up. But I would throw so many people out of this game, it wouldn't make any sense. And last year, hip-hop might have not happened because of all the people I would have threw out of there.
Oh, that's deep. That's real deep, Dame. All right, Premier. Got Post Malone, Future, and Lil Uzi Vert right now getting thrown out of the game. Who are your two that you think you would get rid of today?
All right, so I'm of the mind that there are a couple people who could get thrown out. More recently in my mind, I just heard this new Justin Bieber song, which is getting played on radios, which is like, I think it's called Yummy or something.
Yeah,
and it's
Yummy?
like, yo, my guy, like, you know, to me, when you say culture vulture, like that kind of stuff right there is the epitome of it. I do not think Post Malone fits into this discussion of getting thrown out of hip hop, and here's why. Post Malone puts out great quality music. It's of substance because it's things that people go through. You know what I mean? You got Enemies, you got Better Now, you got White Iverson, like, yo, congratulations. Like, there's too many hits that this guy has out there that are quality, that are going to keep getting played over the course of time versus some of these other people who was mentioned, like a Future, Lil Uzi Vert. I'm not saying Future doesn't have some songs that get played, but these other, like, for the most part, it's going to fade away. So I don't agree with Charlamagne that's saying Post Malone should be someone who gets thrown out of hip-hop. Are there culture vultures? Yes. Could you have an argument that Post Malone falls into that? Yes. But just his respect for all genres of music. The dude chills with people who, country singers, he plays the guitar, so I get it. He chills with hip-hop artists. He enjoys weed smoke, tattoos. He enjoys rap. So, I mean, I don't think he's a culture vulture to that extent. So I respect him enough to say I don't think he should get thrown out of music.
That dude said he doesn't want his music considered and put on the same pedestal as hip-hop music.
Why should he? It's bigger than hip-hop. His music is it's bigger than that. It's not just hip hop.
That statement should get you thrown off this show.
It's not just hip hop. Why should it be just hip hop?
So, Premier, you're going with Justin Bieber as the one you want to throw out in hip hop?
I mean, Yummy's terrible. That's the first that popped in my head. Like, I don't know. I'm not if like I'm with Dame in a certain way. Like, you throw people out of hip hop based upon this particular thing, a lot of people got to go.
I don't think anybody watching this show considers Justin Bieber hip hop.
Well, I mean, a lot of people got to go. I'm just saying that because it's the most recent thing in my mind. But you got a lot of people got to go. Uzi Vert got to go because that's not to me hip hop. You know, anytime you're doing a little bit more singing than you're doing rapping, it's not really hip hop in a way. Ooh. If you want to go that way. So okay. I mean, some of the biggest artists sing more than they rap.
Chris Dog, man, if you sing, you would be thrown out of rap. So who would you put?
I don't know,
or
man.
Who would you kick out of the game right
now? It's a plethora of artists that I consider trash that deserve to be thrown out. But I don't think Post Malone is the one who needs to be thrown out either. I think Post Malone has decent music, and I mean, he's a white dude that puts out decent music, decent rap music. I don't see why he'll get thrown out. I don't know, man. This question is just really open-ended. As far as who I would throw out of rap, I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. I don't want to throw out anybody, but believe me, a lot of people deserve to be thrown out, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know. That's just not a good question for me.
Well, it definitely sounds like everyone is scared to say who they want to kick out. So this by default, this one goes to Dame. Of course, we want to throw out Post Malone because Premier kind of hit it on the nail. You know, he has all of these tattoos and he listens to the rap music and he's cool with all these people. But then he doesn't want to be classified as hip hop. You know, that definitely goes in a Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber lane, you know. So for me, Post Malone is just really fishy to me. Yeah, he probably makes good songs, good music, but again, Justin Timberlake makes good music too, and you know, and Justin Bieber, you know, harmonizes the N-word when he's at home with his mom. So, you know, it just really varies. But Post Malone would definitely be, you know, I would definitely agree with Dame and Charlamagne on this one. But with that, we're going to have to take a break, pay some bills, and go on break. And we'll be back with Good Look, Bad Look, No Look.
The Coils by Nature Beard Kit will keep your beard healthy and looking refreshed. First, you want to get your beard nice and clean with the Beard Face Cleanser and Shaving Foam. Next, you're going to want to lock in all that moisturized goodness with the beard butter. You're going to put some of this in your fingers and just rub it into your beard right on top of that moisturizer, just to make sure you stay fresh and feel fresh all day. And lastly, you want to give that shine and sheen with the beard oil so your beard can be as fresh and as amazing as you are.
All right, we are back, and we are back with good look, bad look, no look. On this good look, bad look, no look, we are going back, if you watch one of our previous episodes, talking about Future and 2 Chainz actually having their first ever song together. Now, this song finally came out, and they actually had a video out with it. This song is called Dead Man Walking. Chris Dog, did you check out this video, and did you listen to the song? Was it good look, bad look, or no look?
I listened to it. It had 2 Chainz on it. I'm gonna listen to it. 2 Chainz is one of my favorite artists out right now. I love when he drops music. I don't love that he's trying to put out artists, but I love 2 Chainz. Next time he come in, I'm gonna go to his concert. And I think him and Future complement each other well. The song was good. I like it. I like it.
Ooh. All right.
Anything with 2 Chainz on it is good for me. Put it like that.
Yeah, and then here comes the yang. So dang, how did you feel about Future and 2 Chainz on this Dead Man Walking feature? Dead Man Walking single. Good look, bad look, no look.
I could not have a text chat with these 2 guys over here because I'd be bald headed right now. Look, this song came on and it was a bad look, and it was a bad look for 2 Chainz. He decided to use Future style on his song, and it just didn't sound right. 2 Chainz has his own style. 2 Chainz' music was actually doing pretty well moving. I know he took a little misstep with the LeBron James project. It still has some fire on there. He's doing some good things with, making a little sports team and everything like that. But this was not the move. Like, come on, Chainz. Normally the joint that he drops out the gate gets everybody amped. This just ain't it. I'm sorry. I don't know what anybody that says this song is fire is talking about. I feel like people need to get their ears checked.
Man, okay. All right. Premier. Good look, bad look, no look, man. Dead Man Walking.
It's a bad look. Here's the thing. Regardless of what anybody wants to say, whatever reason it is, the rap game is a young man's game. 2 Chainz broke through at a point in time in his career when it's unheard of to become a popular mainstream artist. With that being said, he had to have done everything possible within that time frame that he wanted to do as far as music in that time frame to help, propel, project, whatever, reach his pinnacle. He's always reached that. Everyone wanted to hear this project with Future. Everyone wanted to hear a song. It's been a long time coming. And for that reason alone, you're going to listen to it. But as far as being one of the classic Future songs or the classic 2 Chainz songs or the classic Atlantic collaboration song, it's not that, won't be that. And after the wave dies down of the new video and project come out, it really won't be talked about.
Ooh, yeah. You guys hit it on the nail, man. Sorry, Chris Dog, man. And the funny part is, I'm a fan of both of them, and the beat was crazy, and then 2 Chainz jumped on it weird, and then, Future did his usual, but it wasn't standout-ish. So, Dame, I'm going to have to give this one to you. It definitely didn't make 2 Chainz look good at all. He tried to conform to this feel that just isn't 2 Chainz. If there was a 2 Chainz mixtape featuring Future, I think that would sound a whole lot better, but going on the opposite side, I think that's the range and the issue that Drake is having, trying to conform to the Future sound instead of just, blending it up properly. All right, next question. We're going to go to question number 5, and we're going to Lil Wayne. Now, if you haven't heard or you haven't seen, there was 10 unreleased songs coming from Lil Wayne, and it came from a SoundCloud playlist. Now, if you listen to these tracks, you may have thought, hey, is his album coming soon? Maybe. But what my question is to you, let's say Chris Dog, after listening to these 10 unreleased tracks on SoundCloud, are you looking for this Wayne to come out, or are we waiting on the better Wayne or the new Wayne?
There is no better Wayne. Wayne is is who he is. No matter what he put out, he's top tier artist. Always has been. Anything he put out is gonna hold water. He's a great artist. He's a great artist. I don't even listen to 3 or 4 of these, but anything Wayne puts out is gonna be good to me. Just like 2 Chainz music is gonna be good to me. Lil Wayne is is one of the best ever, and his music is gonna hit. His music gonna hit for me. So there you go.
All right, Premier. Did you check out these 10 tracks, man? And how did you feel about them?
So I'm a substance type guy when it comes to that. Wayne has had a very, very funny career. You had, early on where it was not much substance behind it. Then he kind of really got into his lyrical bag, and he kind of got on a little bit of the promethazine lean and all that, was putting out some other stuff. This one is a little bit more leaning back to like a little bit of an old school Wayne rapping wise, so I can dig a lot of the tracks. Didn't get everything. So I mean, Wayne, once again, as stated, he is a great lyricist. You most of the time do want to check for what he has to say, and from what I heard, I would want to hear a little bit more. Is he going to be bigger than he is? Like, nah, Wayne's already a rock star, and I mean, there's no changing that.
Okay, so this is the Wayne you're looking for the next project.
Yeah, I would say so.
Awesome. Okay, I can dig that. What about you, Dame? How did you did you check out all of these tracks? What you thought about them?
Nah, I wasn't. I don't really. I checked out 3. I'm not about to check out a whole bunch of unreleased tracks just because I don't know if this is the same vision that the artist had. I don't know if the beats fit what the artist wanted like for this Sound 4 project. So I was like, it's cool. It's decent. He strike gold with the Carter 5, but I don't know if he can do that again. But I would still like him to be in control, even if I'm not gonna like the project.
Premier, you definitely get this point. This is the Wayne we're looking for. This is the energy that we want. It gives you the old feel of the Lil Wayne. He gives you a bit of a story. He gives you those punchlines that you've been missing. Those punchlines are like pretty much as familiar and similar to Eminem's punchlines and how he pushes his punchlines out there. So for Wayne, I'm definitely looking for this type of vibe. So let's go to this next question, number 6. Question number 6 is we're talking about Rick Ross. Now, Rick Ross was in a recent interview again, just kind of reiterating and talking about how much production he's been sitting on, and basically said that he's got enough production to make a collaboration with Drake and enough production to make a collaboration with Nas. The fact that we know how, we can pretty much get a good idea on how the Drake and Rick Ross collaboration is gonna sound, but Chris Dog, how would a Nas and Rick Ross collaboration sound?
I don't want to listen to that shit.
Man.
I don't, man. I don't want to listen to that. I'd much rather listen to another Nas and Damian Marley. I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to Rick Ross and nobody. Damian's the only person who gives a fuck about Rick Ross in this entire show, and that's been proven throughout the shows. He loves Rick Ross, so we'll get a taste of that in a second. But nobody gives. Rick Ross is dead to me as far as music goes.
Wow.
Meek Mill is in Wale. They kind of just keeping his head above water. He does nothing that stands out. He's mediocre at best, and I don't want to hear him with nobody. Why we? No.
Wow. Clearly a Jeezy fan in the house. So we'll go ahead and cut straight to Dame. Dame, I know you will be feeling a Drake and Rick Ross, but what about a Rick Ross and Nas collaboration?
Just as good as any Drake and Rick Ross song will be, I think that could be the key to reigniting putting all of them back on another pedestal. Because Rick Ross and Drake make fire, Nas and Rick Ross make fire. You put all of them, you put Rick Ross in any track, like Rick Ross putting out an album right now by himself, it's just something about the ears of these people nowadays. They ain't rocking with it. Rick Ross' last album was dope. I don't know what dust this dude is over here smoking. Jeezy ain't got shit on Rick Ross' discography. That's a whole nother topic. Rick Ross, Nas album will be ridiculous, and I'd be here for it all day of the week. And he'd be coming in here crying, talking about how he made a mistake, and that shit is fire.
All right, what about you, Premier? What you thinking about these potential Rick Ross collaborations with Drake and Nas?
So first of all, classic and gold in the same sentence have a problem with. I don't know since when is a classic song went gold only. Like maybe back in the 70s or
You
80s,
misunderstood
80s. Like,
everything I said.
No, I'm just saying like classic and gold. Like I don't, okay, cool. Either way, Rick Ross has a better ear for beats than Nas has, so I can see how potentially a Rick Ross project with Nas would have a great sound to it. But when I step back and look at what Rick Ross has done as a head honcho of a record label, with the careers of a Meek Mills, the careers of a Wale, and whoever else he either decided not to work with or decided to work with under MMG, hasn't been much to show for it. So what to say all of a sudden just because you go and get Nas that this is supposed to be something that's supposed to pop off and everybody's supposed to want to hear?
Yeah, that's pretty deep because Rick Ross is a stamp in this game, man, and people can deny it, but, it's there. You can't have tracks with Jay-Z, more than one track with Jay-Z and not be considered a legend in this game. I'm definitely giving this to Dame. I'm all for a Rick Ross Nas project. Like, that is going to be hard because Nas don't have to pick the beats. Dame, you hit it on the nail. I got to give you that. And this is actually your first time you got the clear-cut point. And then I totally agree with you on this one. And that was actually question number 6. So we're going to go on one more break before the end of the day. And we're going to finish this off with one last question.
Real love got me hooked, your body's calling me. I can feel it in the air, I know you proud of me. We locked in, baby girl, you hit the lottery. All we got is trust, don't you ever lie to me. Make it last forever, baby, come and ride with me. Vegas for a day, LA Ocean Spray. Steak at Gwen, Cali Bud in the wind. Got me caught up in the moment. Yeah, this is all I ever wanted. So hold me down like
All right, and we are back with the last question. Last but not least, Mr. Marshall Mathers himself dropped a surprise album called Music to Be Murdered By, inspired by Alfred Hitchcock. Yes, a very good surprise album at that. Got some pretty decent reviews. Now, my question is to you, Dane. Are we seeing the old Eminem back and this new project?
No. This is a new Eminem.
Okay.
And not necessarily new in any sense of the word. Eminem's already been able to do what I think what happened so he kept trying to please the fans. So after recovery, he just started listening to the fans. Oh, we want to hear you with Tay Keith. So what did he do? Go get a beat with Tay Keith. He said it in the song. He said it in the beginning of the album. This album, he just said, you know what? Fuck the fans. Fuck the haters. I'm going to just do me. And it worked out precisely because the last album, in my review on our podcast, I said Eminem can't do it anymore because of the generation. He's past his style doesn't fit in the generation. So what did Eminem do? He went and changed it. He still managed to figure out how to put bars and everything. He got a girl song with Ed Sheeran where he is destroying the song straight through. Like, there's no other way I would have thought Eminem would have come back like that in no circumstances. This album is crazy. It's ridiculous. There's a couple of hooks that I thought were bad, a couple beat choices, one song that plays around a little too much. But this album is actually amazing. It's a great album to start the decade off of. I'm actually proud of Eminem, and I'm glad he kind of bounced back the way he did.
Okay. Chris Dog, how are you feeling about this new Eminem project? Is this a new look that Eminem is bringing to the table?
I've never seen the fall off of Eminem. These last couple artists, Eminem is my all-time favorite artist. I didn't say he had some albums that wasn't so great, but they still weren't fall offs. I mean, he's been solid for years, and just because he's grown into a older man and the music that he puts out may not appeal to everybody, when he spits, everybody listens. Even the track he made about the massacre in Vegas, like, who can do that? Who can do that? Who can put words together like that? Who?
A
Can
lot
do
of
that.
rappers.
No, they can't. No, they can't. And their delivery would not be as clear, and everybody wouldn't be able to get on board with it because he does it better. And that's in the album. And the album is good. The album is good. I don't think it's great. I had enough listens to it. That's one thing with Eminem albums. So I like to listen to it multiple times. I haven't had a chance to do that. I listened to it twice, but I think it's a solid album. And that one song is standout, and it just proves like it's almost on a tier of like a stand that he can do it a way that can appeal to everybody and touch people in different ways that other people just couldn't even fathom to even think about doing. And people may think they can do it that way, but it's the track record shows that it's only a few that can, and that's just the way it is. So yes, his album is solid, and he's best artist of all time, close.
Okay, all right, Premier, what are you thinking about this Music to Be Murdered By, inspired by Alfred Hitchcock?
I think it's perfect timing. And when you're as successful as Eminem is as an artist, and a lot of people are just across not just music, but in their career path in general, you always get compared to your previous work a lot of times, and it's hard to maintain the same exact thing that you did, and it shouldn't be, because you change, you grow, you experience different, so your music is going to follow. In this case, Eminem's, same thing. The thing that showed with this album, him dropping it as a complete surprise, he was in his bag. He was in his element. He was in his mode of, I'm going to be me, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to show people why I'm one of the best of all time to ever touch the mic, and I'm going to do it my way. And to do it, release it in a way that was purely him, the whole murder, the album cover, this is pure Eminem. So is he putting out the same thing as he was before? No, it is a whole new Eminem because he's grown, he's more mature.
Okay, so was this better than Kamikaze?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely better than Kamikaze. I just
Okay.
want to throw it out because he pointed out the fact that it was a surprise album. The last album was a surprise album too. Mm-hmm. So ain't nothing special about that. He's done it before.
Chris Dog, was this better than Kamikaze?
Yeah, it was a better album. It is a better album.
Okay, awesome.
it is.
Well, it was 2 points that I wanted to make. And the first point was, this is a blend between Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, and Eminem. And if you're a real Eminem fan, you know the Marshall Mathers sound, you know the Slim Shady sound, and you know the Eminem sound. He blended all three of them all together. And that's why Dame getting this point. Dame, you get this point. He said, you know what? Fuck the fans. Forget what all the fans is thinking. I'm going to flow like I want to flow. I want to impress me. This album was for Eminem to impress Eminem. That's why he had so many different type of deliveries on there. That's why the Ed Sheeran cut was low-key one of my favorite songs on there. And see, and that's what made you got that point. Low-key, Ed Sheeran did his thing, but them lyrics on that cut was hard. And there's not too many people that can goddamn live up to those type of lyrics. So with that being said, that last one does go to Dame, and he finishes off with another W on this show. So congratulations, man. Go ahead and put in your 2 cents, man. Time to shine, bro.
Yo, man, screw everything these guys is talking about. Yo, the 3 hottest MCs in the last couple years, Eminem, Rap City versus 5'9". Look it up.
Surprised he said Rick Ross.
Right. That's another debate for another day and another episode. We'll see y'all next week, all right?
Peace.